Good morning. It is Barbara, the East Coast Dragon Lady, coming to you at the end of a 4-day weekend for me. I took Friday off work, so I had an extended 4-day. I'm going to do the same next week because it's New Year. So this time next week we will be in 2026, and it's like, wow, where did that year go? So there's lots of things all over the internet about the year of the fire horse. I'm not going to talk about that today. As I get things that resonate with me, I've been posting them. But I think it's just, for a lot of us, we already know that 2026 is going to be a really interesting year. So I'm going to pull just a few cards today. I'm actually, so that you'll see this is coming out earlier today. So I'm actually leaving the house, which I've been here over the weekend. I'm going to meet a friend for lunch. So that's nice before whatever storm, ice, whatever we're going to get soon. So I've just shuffled the dragon cards, and I do want to share a couple of things with you. So this makes sense about what I'm going to talk about. Cosmic dragon. We dragons hold cosmic energy, and we share this with you, with your own ventures. Let us breathe our life-giving starfire into your dreams and see them come true. So we dragons hold cosmic energy, and we share this with you, with your own ventures. Let us breathe our life-giving starfire into your dreams, see them come true. So I think that is certainly a message for me, like they always are. They always resonate with me. But I had confirmation yesterday of my soul family, and I'm just going to get myself comfortable here. So I got confirmation yesterday. I had I met with Adriana Garay and did a meet your soul family. And I was really nervous. One of the reasons I was doing it is because with SRT, we have to connect with our guides to then work with the person's guides to whatever's going on with them with the spirit release therapy. And as I shared, I think last couple of weeks, that I've also got, I'm going to say a whole load of dragons. I've got hundreds and hundreds of unruly dragons right now that are like raring to go with the Lost Soul Rescue, which is like clearing land, clearing homes, clearing people that have passed. So all sorts of things that they're raring to go. But anyway, I booked this, at least 6 weeks ago. She has a very long wait list. So I was honoured that it was like the Saturday after Christmas. And I really was nervous. And I'd said to my dragons, I was excited but nervous. And I was like, this was the what if, right? Which is, we should never go to but the what if. But of course, in my head, I had to say, but what if she tells me that I don't have any dragons as guides, or dragons aren't in my life? What if? And then I was like, well, I know they are, and I would like say that, but there was still that like wanting confirmation is what I would say. And I wasn't disappointed. I think there were a couple of things that really surprised me, and one that made me so happy. Like I've literally woken up today thinking, I'm glad I know that. And for some of you, it might not be, I'm glad I know that. But one of the things she confirmed, and you've heard me say this, like this is my last incarnation here on earth. I am not coming back. I don't want to come back. And I want to get my list all checked off. And one of the things she shared with me was that I am going back home at the end of this. This is my only Earth's incarnation, which makes a whole lot of sense. I came in with obviously a laundry list of let me learn all these things because I'm done with this earthly incarnation, and that I will be going home at the end of this journey. But I need the Pleiadians, which was my last incarnation, was with the Pleiadians, and they need to open a portal when I pass so that I can leave this planet, this incarnate, this whole thing, and I'm going back home. And that just was like, along with everything else, that just made me like breathe that sigh of relief that I've known it for as long as I can remember, before I even did any spiritual work or got into spirituality. I always used to say, like, I don't know what I did in this lifetime, but I'm not coming back. I'm not coming back. And it now makes sense that some of my past life memories were actually like overlays. So I came in as sort of to scout out what life would be like. So some like practice sessions, but I never stayed long. So I always came and left like before I was 20. I don't know how many of those I did, but probably quite a few before I committed to fully coming in to this earth to experience that. I've also, and the other thing that made me very happy was to know that 2 of my 4 personal guides are actually Lyrans. So they're from the Lyran constellation, and she described them to me, and it just made me laugh because they're sort of like, they're cat. So the Lyran family that I was also on Lyra. They are more human-like with cat-like features, so with like the cat ears, but very cat-like features, but a humanoid. And ever since I had that reading, my cat, I also said, oh, well, of course, that makes sense because I call my cat the Lyran Princess, and she confirmed that my cat, this particular cat, is also my companion. And she has not left me in the last 24 hours. She's either sleeping on me, looking at me, she's been behind me, in front of me, she's been all over the place. Also has something to do with it's extremely cold here, and I live in an old condo, and downstairs doesn't get that warm until later in the day, and it's a struggling system that I don't have any control over. This time of year, often it struggles with the low temperatures because we've only been in like the 20s, low 20s. Hopefully it's going to warm up. And then my other 2 guides are from the Pleiadians. So they're tall, like 7-8 foot blue beings, more galactic looking. But I'm also a galactic, which I was like, yep, that makes sense. So all of it made sense to me. It was very confirming, but also my dragons, she described them perfectly. They literally said to me, don't worry, we will be there. And they literally crowded in. They were like, oh, there'll be no, she will see us, she will know that we're there. And apparently their presence was huge and overwhelming. And she had to push them back several times because, again, they're learning. And one of the things I understand now is that they are like these unruly teenagers because they're raring to go, they want to learn, and they are really going to do a lot of work with the Lost Soul Rescue. I saw them when I attended the last Lost Soul Rescue. They were in there, as I said, it was like a scene out Jurassic Park. But so they're actually Earth dragons. So I've always I know them as a collective, but these are sort of younger dragons that are learning, and they're going to be learning with me as well. So that was interesting. But it was interesting how I felt when I woke up this morning, feeling like I'd gone home, I know that that's sort of where I'm going to go. I still believe that my soul originated from Mars, and but I've had thousands and thousands of years, and a lot of my memories are galactic. I've always felt more like connected to the galactic realms. It makes sense why sometimes I'm also, I function in 5D, which means a lot of people don't. So my energy, which I know a lot of people don't understand, is energy. I'm too much sometimes for some people. But I've accepted that. I've said, you know what, this is who I am. And the last thing she said, which was again really a message, or it was from my guides, who said that they were extremely proud of me for all the hard work I've done, especially working through a lot of my childhood trauma to get to where I am now. And it can only be uphill. I mean, uphill. Yeah, I know, but it can only be, it can only get better from here. Now that I have full understanding that I can actually communicate with them, they can come close. I have my, I want to get this right before I share this. So my, so I have two Nordic Pleiadians. Paul is the male with a very soft energy, and Narissa is apparently like really upbeat. Come on, let's go, and she wants to dance. So that's, I've got, so they're my Pleiadians, and the Lyran guides are Karan. He's the male, so Karan, and Cecilia or Celia. They, and then as I had seen already, my black rainbow obsidian dragon is my guardian, is my gatekeeper, and then I have the white feathered dragon who sits on the other side of me, who came to me a while ago, and her name is Peace. And they blend together in the morning. It's really interesting. When I welcome them in, they blend their energy, literally like this. They show it to me, and they bring in the divine masculine, divine feminine to balance me out. So I have a black and white. And just literally before I had this reading, like a week or so ago, the white lioness from Lyra stepped forward. So it was all sort of, it felt like a family reunion is what I'm going to say. Makes perfect sense to me. I've always known that, but having that confirmation just blew me away and made me very happy. As I say, some people might not be like, oh, great, well, we don't die. So I don't believe we die. I never have. I've always felt that we just we cross over or pass over, whatever you want to call it. But now it makes perfect sense that, and I was the first wave of volunteers. So if you've seen any of Dolores Cannon or you have read her books, and I heard her talk about the first wave of volunteers. So I was the first wave. So we were in, to the 1940s to the 1960s were the first wave of volunteers. I came in as a volunteer to work with Mother Gaia, which is what my life's path is. And as I was told, if just being here is all that was needed, because I'm here, like so many of us are, to raise the vibration of Mother Gaia. So again, makes perfect sense why I constantly talk about Mother Gaia. I check in with her, I connect with her. So overall, I was extremely happy that I now know my 4 guides, and we need to get working together and get to know each other so that they can work with other people's guides in the work I'm doing. So that was a sort of a great Christmas present for me. We had a quiet Christmas. We always do. There was just the 3 of us. We exchanged some gifts, and I've literally had 4 days relaxing, and done some, actually I've tried to declutter my bedroom and my workspace. I was getting a bit hoarderish. So I've still got some things I have to repurpose. I think I literally need to downsize my closet again, because every year I say I'm going to throw out what I haven't worn this year, and I still keep some. So I definitely have to do that. So that's why I said this Cosmic Dragon card was very interesting. Other than that, really, they have been my guides, and my dragons have been very quiet. They've let me have a rest. So that's good. So I'm just going to pull a few cards to take us into 2026. I'm going to use these as well. I will also say that if you're catching me on YouTube, please remember to like my channel, and if you like the content, it's very similar, then please share it with people that you think that would resonate with them. Also, my private Facebook page where I post a lot of my dragon stuff. Please, if you want to join that, go to my website, which is eastcoastdragonlady.com or www.eastcoastdragonlady.com, and you can join my Facebook page through there. Oh, interesting. I'm just pulling some Akashic record. So this is interesting. Thirst for the truth. Hidden emotions or secrets need to be acknowledged and addressed for growth. So the scales of justice. Interesting. This is for this week, taking us into 2026. Procrastination. I think this card, they go together well because putting things off becomes a bad habit. So use time management strategies. And I think moving into 2026 and when the energy of the fire horse, albeit the Chinese New Year, which is still about 6 weeks away, I think, we need to practice not procrastinating and to actually, if we do that, and ask for the truth. And then this one, so addiction. So when I first saw that, I wasn't really sure, but it says compulsive need despite negative consequences. Get support and therapy. So if you feel that anytime this year you've had a compulsive need for negative, which got negative consequences, before you step into 2026, you need to make a commitment. Whoever needs to hear that. That's those dragon cards. Let's see what the dragons have to say. So overall, there I have very excited dragons, and there are so many of them that sometimes it's not hard. I don't often get the individual dragon, so that's why it's nice to know that I do have my gatekeeper as a dragon who has been with me through many lifetimes. The royal blue and gold dragon. So the Pleiadians are royal blue and gold. Strengthen. The royal blue and gold dragon strengthens you to stand in your power with wisdom. Awaken to your own majesty. Wear your cloak of power with pride. So that to me is the Pleiadians. That's a message from the Pleiadians. The royal blue dragon. They're very regal people. And so what I'm hearing is they like a lot of bling. You can tell. These are my teenage dragons. Kuan Yin's pink dragon. Oh, that's nice. I like Kuan Yin. Brings firm love that resets your karmic balance. See all your cords dissolved by transcendental love. Enjoy your freedom. Look for the divine around you. nice going into 2026 to have Kuan Yin there. And the golden Atlantean dragon helps you remember the wisdom of golden Atlantis. Awaken, bring back your knowledge, gifts and talents, reclaim your mastery. A lot of reclaiming, if you've noticed, right? Reclaim. So let's just see what's on the bottom. Oh, the white gold dragon from Lyra. As I say, you can't make this stuff up, right? This was literally the card on the bottom. White gold dragon from Lyra connects you to the golden Christ light. Develop your causal chakra. Bathe in the ninth dimensional Christ light. So the causal chakra is, it's also known as the soul star chakra back here, that connects with the galactics. Mine's on fire. So I just talked about the Pleiadians and the Lyrans, and they showed up. I always say you can't make this stuff up. So let's just, the goddesses. I may be thinking about changing some of the cards as we go into next year. I still love this, these small dragon cards each day. Most days I come across a new message, and there's 50 of them. So I'm eventually going to run out. But I'm going to keep with those for now. Mother Earth, again, no big surprise to me. You are called upon to help with environmentalism. So just be kind to Mother Earth. Whenever you get a chance, we often, if you're grounding each day or twice a day, like I am, it's a way of giving thanks to her because we're honouring her, but also send your love. So, as you ground, send your love to her as well. She loves to hold us, but she also, like any mother, is appreciative of whatever praise and love that we can give her. And she's getting tired. Oh, Cordelia, go outside. I think they're listening to me, don't you? You have been indoors too long. Go outside and get some fresh air. What did I just say when I started? I haven't been out all weekend. It was too cold. And this is Butterfly Maiden, transformation. You are experiencing enormous change right now, which brings great blessings. So that is a beautiful message to take into 2026. All right, they're saying take one off the bottom. Oh, it's seek quiet time. Take some quiet time alone to reset, meditate, and contemplate. Which is exactly, so there's a good reminder for me, which is exactly what I am planning on doing, starting January 5th. I think I've said before, I'm not somebody who can go on a fast. I have to put some food in my mouth, in my body. But I am going to do Whole30 plant-based. I did Whole30 quite a few years ago. It's a good way to reset your body. It's basically a vegan. It's Whole30, if you've ever done it or seen it, was very heavy on meat, which didn't really work for me because so I ate a lot of eggs and stuff like that, which again isn't. So I'm actually giving up my eggs for 30 days, and it's a vegan, basically a vegan diet. With emphasis on resetting your system and it will be resting my gut from things that I probably trigger it. I've always, for the longest time, I know that I have allergies to certain foods. I went through all the testing. I know that I've got a bit lax with my diet. So it's a reset, and it's always good to do these things sometimes at the beginning of the year to set yourself up for the rest of the year. Will I stick with the vegan diet? Probably not a strict vegan. I'm dairy free and gluten free, so that rules out a lot of those things. I don't enjoy any sort of food or meat that I have to chew. But I did get very sick. How long ago? So 25 years ago, when I got divorced. I had been very strict vegetarian for quite a few years, or actually since I had my son, or when I got pregnant with Rich, which was 87. So since back then, probably 86, actually, or before that, I made the choice. I didn't like meat, didn't like the texture of meat. I changed completely to vegetarian, and did not eat meat for 20 something years. But when I got sick after my divorce, one doctor said, sometimes you're missing the nutrients that we get from meat. I could argue either way about, when you do combinations of nuts and carbohydrates, getting a first class protein. They said, just try eating like some ground meat, just occasionally. And it certainly helped, is what I'm going to say. I do believe that my whole body was inflamed. Stress does that. I now, when I've seen other people go through it, often after some sort of major trauma, divorce, all of those sort of things, our body gets overstimulated, it becomes inflamed. And that's what this diet does as well. Whole30 shuts down the inflammation, all of that stuff. So I'm really hopeful that I'm going to stick to 30 days. I've got to do a lot of planning, and I'm hoping to work my way through that. Rather than just grab things, you've got to make sure that you've got a few handy snacks, but rather than just saying, I'll just have that for lunch, I do have to plan that and plan my breakfast, because I am a breakfast person. So I think that's all I have today. I do hope that all of you have the most fabulous 2026. Thank you to all my new subscribers to YouTube. Thank you to all the new people who joined my Facebook page. I'm almost at 400. I know that's still a small number compared to people's thousands. My hope is, as I step in and I align with my soul's purpose, that changes. That's why I'm always asking, if this resonates with you, and somebody will resonate with, that's my whole purpose, is for people to have a space or to hear from somebody who's living a normal, what's normal? Living a life, but also living it with dragons in my life, with the galactics in my life, and what that means in every day, which, they're here to help us. Those of us that came here to elevate the frequency of Mother Earth, we're all here doing our job. And that's all I was asked to do. The dragons were like, get in front of that machine, which is what they call the computer, and tell people about us, tell our stories. As you probably know, I'm a storyteller, and I enjoy doing that, and I'm embracing that, and I'm embracing being an elder and embracing my elder wisdom, which does come from the stars and the moon. So I wasn't lying when I said that. I've often said that there's, all of this information is out there, and it's all inside of us. We're just waking up to it. So with that, I wish you a very happy 2026, and I'll be back next week. Take care.